Hey everyone, and welcome back to a Lash with Me tutorial. My name is Julia. For those of you who are new here, I'm an 8-year licensed lash artist and I specialize in lashes that are custom tailored to my client's eye shape. We're gonna jump right into the products here. These are the star of the show. It is the Veyes Cashmere Lashes in B Curl in 0.05. I feel like B Curl is definitely an underrated curl that a lot of lash girlies seem to not gravitate towards and are pretty scared to use. But honestly, if you know how to use them right, you'll definitely reach for a B curl more often. C curl is probably one of my favorite curls, but B curl is definitely winning my heart over. It is perfect if you want that really dark lash line, and I'll explain a little bit later, but you can see how extremely fluffy, dark, and dense these lashes are, and they're only $9. Jumping right into caramel adhesive. If you're an OG follower, subscriber of mine, you know I cannot live without this damn adhesive. It is only like $13 and it's the best adhesive. It has a wide range of humidity and it works really well, and the retention, you cannot beat it. And you know, Veyes gel pads, like they're just that girl. Need I say any more? And this cute fan that they finally came out with, because if you know, she's mighty, she's powerful, she's cute, she's aesthetic, she's just beautiful to look at in general. Love her down. So let's talk about how we're gonna go ahead and pick up these lashes and what we're using. I want to use spikes, pixie fans, and extremely narrow fans. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my lash right in the center, dip it into my glue, and I don't mind if there's just a slight bit of a feather at the tip, but I want it to be almost close, if not almost touching, but I'm okay if one or two kind of peeks out. All right, so that's gonna be for our top layer. For our bottom layer, and when I mean bottom layer only, and right here I'm going to show you guys real quick between the different type of fans. So this is a narrow fan, right? It's a little bit more wider from the mid to the ends or the tips of the lashes, but that's not what we want to see. For the extremely narrow fan, I want the tips only to be slightly feathered out, and you have to grab your lashes higher towards the tips than towards the base. That's gonna help you guys so that your lashes don't explode. So here's a close-up so you guys can really see. It is extremely narrow, and then here's our spike, slightly feathered at the tip, almost extremely close. I don't like to use any products on my lashes because I want them to come out exactly how they are, and I do feel like if you use products or bonder, it will eventually open when they wash their lashes. So I'm also gonna show you guys right here how I grabbed, and then see how this one is completely almost closed. That is a full-on spike. And here you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. So first is the spike for our first layer, middle layer, pixie fan, and extremely narrow fan for our bottom layer, okay? That's pretty much the type of lashes we're going to be doing and how you're going to be able to create this set. Rewind this if you need a little bit more help and you want to see the motion again, but let's jump into it. So Veyes gel pads, as always, we're going to go ahead and put these as close to that lash line as we can possible. Going in with this white tape, I will link this one down below for sure this time. A lot of you guys were asking in my last video if I can link it. I've linked it this time. Because I know the white tape is always such a taboo thing. It's like, it's really hard to find, and I found the perfect one. I wanted to go ahead and do a little walkthrough and show you guys exactly how I'm mapping. So let's go ahead and do a screen recording so you guys can really see what I'm talking about. So first thing I want you guys to notice is that her natural lashes are already naturally curled. Do you see how they kind of sit upright, especially right here in the center? So when you guys see me mapping, and you'll see me do that later in the video as I do my dots, I always follow pupil, outside of her iris, inside of her iris. Same thing to the other side. The reason why I do this and I have my client look upright towards me is that way every single time she comes in for a fill, I could at least try my hardest to get the fill to look spot on every single time, to know exactly where my mapping points are every single time. It just helps me, okay? So for this particular client, I want to accentuate this super dark lash line that she already has going on right here. Love that. I want that to really stand out. That's the point of this look. It is supposed to look very kitten and very seductive and very sexy. Okay, so with this beautiful almond eye, you already know you can do a lot of things. You could do an open eye, meaning that we start off short and we gradually get a little bit longer and we fall again. Okay. I usually, with my open eyes, my longest point always kind of matches this brow bone arch here. That's just what I like to follow. Okay. Just real quick, just a little pointer. Anyways, but for this particular client, I love doing a cat eye. And again, I want to do a very exaggerated cat eye where it's very, very outer corner. Okay. It's really going to give her that beautiful, sexy effect and just everything that we want. Okay. So another thing that I want to point out, if we were to use a curlier curl, what's going to happen? It's going to make her eyes look more open. Okay. We want to make her eyes look like they are closed in a certain degree and give her that dark lash line. This is really gonna make your lashes stand out. Oops. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Okay. And that's what we want to see. And that's kind of the look, the exact look that I'm going for here. And this is why we want to use a B curl. If we were to use, again, a curlier curl, say D curl, this is kind of like what you get. I know this is a terrible drawing, but I just kind of want to show you guys the different looks and in between. So do you see if we have the more curly curl, it tends to kind of like open up the eyes a little bit, makes them look like, I don't know, it just does not flatter her. So again, this is the reason why we are going with the flatter curl. I hope this visual makes sense. I hope you guys can kind of get my point and why that I did it this way. Okay, now that you guys kind of see how we're gonna go ahead and style this out, let's really talk about the mapping a little bit more in detail. So again, following those 3 points on the gel pad, so it makes us easy, not only when we're taping and pulling back that skin, so that we're staying in our area and we're not getting confused on where we're at. So I did go in the outer corner. I did write on my gel pad that we're gonna do C curl in the outer corner, but I'm so happy that I didn't, and you'll see at the end why I didn't do that. But I pretty much used B curl throughout the whole set. So B curl is relatively a more longer curl. So it's gonna technically look like it's a smaller set, but it's gonna be a medium set on her. I hope that makes sense, because flatter curls tend to look longer than curlier curls. Biggest thing for this set, over direction. Can you see my wrist angles? If I'm in the inner corner, I'm making sure that my lashes are pointing towards the nose. And if I'm in the outer corner, I'm making sure that my lashes are directed towards the ear. And here is just like a comparison where you can really see my wrist angle. Do you see how it's gonna turn right now? Ready for this? And boom, you seen that? Let's do it again. Boom, here's a close-up. Boom, my wrist angle is extremely over directed because my lashes have to be extremely over directed if you really want to create a super catty kitten fox-eyed look. Okay, that's only if you want this look. I normally won't over direct this much, but again, for this style particular, we're going to extremely over direct. Now, unless we're in the center, we're always going to go in the center. It's always 90 degrees. You're always going to go straight upright. You don't have to worry about that. But only in your inner corners and in your outer corners are we going to absolutely make sure that we over direct. And as you can see here, that lash wants to be nice and straight, and I'm pushing it towards the ear, even adjusting my angle, maybe going underneath. Maybe I have to put my lash on top, wherever I feel like I'm gonna get the best bond, and that lash is gonna be able to direct to the direction that I need it to. I hope that makes sense. I know that's a lot, but again, just rewatch and you'll kind of start to understand. The more that you do lashes like this and you pay attention to direction, the more that it comes to you and the easier you'll develop that eye. Always, always, always check your work. And I'm checking my work right here to make sure that my lashes are at the right direction that I need them to. So here you go. You can see right here in the center. This is real time of me isolating, guys, okay? I know some of you guys kept asking, like, can you show a little bit more of the actual process? Like, try not to clip it out so much. So I'm definitely going to try to do that, but still making the videos somewhat short because I know nobody wants to sit there for a long time. Unless you guys want that. If you guys want me to not clip it so much, let me know in the comments and I'll definitely do that. So here we go. Outer corner. We are going to over direct, and you're going to see here goes my wrist. even the lash is being placed underneath, and we're making sure that it's over directed. I don't want it too over directed, but just enough so that it's gonna go ahead and just really have its direction towards the ear, and it's really gonna help elongate the lash. So here's a under view. As you can see here, you can kind of see that that lash doesn't want to stick. My humidity was acting up today, guys. It was pissing me off. But, you know, the lash kept falling off right away. I had to open up the door and then everything was fine. But again, over direction, you guys. Direction is key to any of your sets. Even if you're not doing a set like this where you want it to be extremely over directed, you always want those outer corners and those inner corners to be slightly pointed, either in the inner corner towards the nose, either in the outer corner towards the ear, to make sure that they're properly placed where you need them to. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a fast forward right now so you guys can kind of see the process, and we'll jump right back on when we're doing our finishing touches, because we got to talk about that.
NT, you made this?
Alrighty guys, finishing touches. We're gonna go in VI Super Bonder. I put it in this really cute dispenser, so just ignore that, but it is VI Super Bonder. We're gonna put it on a lip wand, and I'm gonna gently dab the base. My Nano Mister broke, or else I'd be using my Nano Mister. You guys know I don't even like doing it this way. However, I needed to go ahead and bond the lashes so that the fumes can go away, but normally I do put 1 part bonder to 1 part water, and I mist it over the lashes. We're gonna take these Noir tweezers to pull off the entire gel pad nice and gently. Don't hurt your client, and ignore my puppy for crying. He wants me to play with him. And there you go, brush through. Make sure your direction is where it needs to be, sister, okay? Please make sure, because the set will not come out right. But other than that, here's the finished results. I am absolutely in love with how this set came out. She is eating. She just looks sultry. You can see that super dark lash line. Like, it looks like it's not like a liner effect with lashes, but it gives her the look that she's wearing bottom liner in her waterline. Like, I love it. I feel like it eats down. This curl absolutely just perfectly sits for her facial structure. You guys can see exactly how we mapped out on the iPad. It came out exactly on person, because you really have to learn how to visualize. You got to really learn, guys, how to follow your client's eye shapes, learn bone structures, learn eyebrow structures, and you'll see how the set just comes out. It's spiky because we use the top layers and we mix the bottom layers and we mix the middle layers. This creates just texture and just that beautiful choppy look that we love for this particular client. And again, you see that outer corner, it's long, it's sharp, this is why over direction is so important, because it gives you that illusion in that outer corner. Even in the inner corner, they look a lot shorter than they technically are supposed to be in a way. But again, over direction, over direction, over direction. But I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial and subscribe for more.